Okay. Okay, I do have plenty of healers. I have plenty of healers, so I think... Okay, so what I'm probably going to do... Not for very long in a day, but definitely part of my efforts. Wait, I can ascend you? Oh. How many characters can I ascend? Okay, that was the only character I could ascend. Okay, so what I'll do... I wish these didn't require... I'm going to switch that for... It's not like I freaking used it. I wish that didn't require intertwined fades. Okay, back to the village. Okay. So, Candace is on the list, which means I have to fight the desert boss a couple times. I need to fight the desert boss anyways because of Dia. I also need to fight a bunch of people in the desert. The desert isn't as fun to explore as everywhere else, to be honest. I'm having a lot of fun exploring the Chasm, though. Chasm's great to explore. Then again, I guess I just like caves.
Refusing to join is tantamount to burying your head in the sand.
And you're an idiot!
I understand that you're a forest watcher and that it's your duty to combat the effects of withering zones. But isn't it evident that such work is not a lasting solution to the problem? As Sage Kage clearly stated, your presence and guidance in Sumeru City is pivotal in finding a cure for Irminsul. How could you possibly refuse?
Keep your emotions in check, Gulam. Let's at least listen to Tainari's reason for declining. We're here to invite him to the Academia, not to cause a scene.
Sage Kage, I am truly honored that you came here in person, but I'm afraid I must still decline your invitation. I am merely a forest watcher.
Please tell me that that guy was literally not just like... Your job as a forest ranger isn't doing jack shit. You should come and be a nerd with us! You're stupid for not being a nerd!
He is a renowned sage of the Immorta, after all. So now I've come here in his stead.
I see. Well, I figured that given his temper, he would come here and berate me personally.
Tainari, your master is an integral part of this effort, and now he requires your assistance.
And what exactly does my master need of me, Sage Kage?
You'll know once you've arrived in Sumeru City, that is.
And how long will I be required to stay?
There's no definite answer.
My immediate answer to this, after learning all of this...
Tell me that despite coming all the way here to Gandharvaville, you still can't answer the questions I laid out in the...
Immediately upon hearing those things, I would have looked them both in the eye and be like, well then I guess I'm still staying here.
If that's the case, then I'm afraid I cannot give you a definite answer either.
Tainari, but you...
What? What?
So be it. Come, Gulam, we're leaving.
What right do you have to get uppity about it? The man has clearly stated that he had questions that he wanted his master to answer. His master doesn't answer him. And so so he's like, I'm not going then. That's like forcing somebody to sign a contract and then not telling him what's in the contract. Don't fucking side-eye me. I will throw you off this bridge.
Tainari, what was that all about?
It's nothing. Some people from the academia wanted me to go to Sumeru City to assist them with a project, but I had to refuse on account of all my responsibilities here. But all that can wait. How did things go with Hypatia?
It was quite the eventful trip, but the main thing is that she's safe and sound. She answered a bunch of questions for us, too.
Very good. Now that the Traveler has made a full recovery, there shouldn't be any reason for you to tarry here longer. I assume you will be heading to Sumeru City, correct?
That's right. We want to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali and ask her for advice. Do you have any idea on how we can find her?
Sorry, I'm afraid I don't have any advice for you there.
I genuinely hate people who think they're above others.
Do you at least know anyone we can...
And I get the feeling I'm going to be running into that in Sumeru City. Aren't I?
Let me think. My trips to Sumeru City have been fairly short, and most of my acquaintances are researchers. Oh, how about this? I'll write you a letter of introduction that you can give to a researcher I know. He's from the Amorta Darshan and is adept at gathering information. Asking him might prove worthwhile.
You're not smart like us, so you're obviously not
You'll
important.
probably end up receiving something like this item here. I'm not sure if it will ever come in handy for you, but maybe you can give it a try.
Oh? What is it?
It's called an Akasha Terminal. It's a tool produced by the Academia that utilizes the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Some say that this item is the very basis of Sumeru's reputation as the City of Wisdom. Needless to say, this device and its usage fall under the Academia's expertise, so I'll leave it to them to show you how to use it.
Great! Next up, Sumeru City! That's right! Tainari, we have something important to say to Kale before we leave. Is she doing better now?
Yes, she's doing much better. After being confined to her bed all this time, I thought a little walk would do her some good. Last I saw her, she was taking the path towards the North Crossing. She knew you two would be leaving soon, so she must have wanted to see you off.
Thanks, Tainari. All right, let's go!
Farewell, and good luck to you both.
I fell.
I've been waiting for you two. Never mind. I guess I should just wish you two a safe and successful journey.
I'm a nerd. Am I going to be hating my fellow nerds here in the near future?
We're headed to Sumeru City. Don't worry about me. I can take care of myself. My condition won't be getting in the way of my duties. I want to be a forest ranger after all. It's up to me and the others to protect the rainforest here. And, I'm sorry. I should have told you both about my condition when we first met.
Not really.
Just wanted you two to treat me as a normal
Technically
friend.
speaking, you don't have to tell anybody about a
Zero
condition like that.
sympathy. But I guess now I understand
Technically
that the
speaking, you
most
don't have to share that you were a victim
friends to be genuine with
victim
one
either.
another. There's no need to apologize, Kale. We should be thanking you for trusting us enough to be your friends and sharing your past with us. We're probably
Paimon has the
still
right
worried
idea.
about your condition, but that's because we're friends and we care about you.
Paimon has the right fucking idea.
Thank you. That means a lot. Before you leave, I have something for you. Oh? What is it?
Please don't drop it.
Recipe for pita pockets. I told you that I'd give you a copy, remember? My handwriting is a little, messy, so please don't laugh. Yay! Thanks, Kale. Now we can eat those scrumptious little pitas whenever and wherever we like. I hope that whenever you eat them, you'll both remember your time here in Gandharvaville. Well then, I, trainee Forest Ranger Kale, bid you both farewell. Please visit Gandharvaville again. The Rangers will always be ready to assist you here.
I will say, I'm actually intrigued by the fact that I met Kale in Sumeru, and not... Jester, you lied to me! Where the fuck is the recipe? There it is. No! He will forever be beat. Wait, I might need those. It intrigues me that she is from Sumeru and not, like, say, Mondstadt. That actually did take me a little bit by surprise. And I find it... I'm glad that she is different than all the other, like, free characters we get.
10 points for agility.
Wait a minute. That's not a dendriculus. So then if I fire... There we go. That's how I do it. I was wondering how I did that, but now I know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe! Sorry. This game is pretty. G.I. Jose! Give. Quick, swim up the waterfall! I should not be able to do this. Also, I'm going to drown. But Jester, you lied to me. You told me I don't get Prima Gems for Archon quests. I just completed an Archon quest and got Prima Gems! I didn't get a lot, though. I only got like 30. Which means I need 49 more. For another pull.
Sumeru City! We finally made it!
Wasn't that long of a walk, actually.
Did you see that? When those people entered the city, something on their heads lit up.
One moment, please, you two. It appears this is your first time visiting Sumeru City.
Oh, yeah.
How much am I gonna hate this person?
You know that.
Because there's currently no information on either of you in the Akasha.
Oh.
But no need to worry, that won't prevent you from entering the city. In fact, the Academia conveniently provides each traveler to Sumeru City with a device. Perhaps you two have heard of the Akasha before. It's our beloved Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's lasting legacy, a treasure trove of collected knowledge. After centuries of tireless research on the Akasha, the Academia created one of its most ingenious inventions, the Akasha Terminal. As long as you are within Sumeru's borders, you may use an Akasha Terminal to connect directly to the Akasha and access any knowledge you need. I should mention that due to technical limitations, the operation of Akasha Terminals will be much smoother and more effective in large cities such as Sumeru City and Port Ormos.
Isn't this technically borderline, like, constant surveillance by a third party?
You two are quite fortunate. Until recently, it was standard practice to only issue Akasha Terminals to outlanders who spent an extended amount of time in Sumeru. However, this policy was recently changed, and now all travelers are issued one upon arrival. Here are your Akasha Terminals. Please handle them with care.
It kinda looks like a leaf.
To activate it, simply hold it in your hand and say the following phrase to yourself. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom.
Oh, since this little doodad lets you access knowledge, maybe we can use it to find a way to meet Lesser Lord Kusanagi. Let's give it a try. May the mighty God bless us with their voice of wisdom. Whoa! Just now, something clicked, and by concentrate on what we want to know. And bam! You get it. Oh, that'll come in real handy.
I don't know how I feel about this.
That is the power of the Akasha. And with that, let me officially welcome you both to Sumeru City. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon always be your guide.
Like, technologically speaking, that's amazing.
We can check the Akasha about later.
Individually speaking, that's kind of terrifying.
500 years ago, the sages found a newly born deity from within some scorched ruins. The deity now resides in the sanctuary of Suristana. Seems pretty similar to what Kale was telling us. Okay, next, let's concentrate on asking how to meet her. Paimon doesn't sense anything.
I'm stiff.
The Akasha didn't respond to Paimon's question.
Yes, that's fine.
Oh, come on!
Fighting with my mic, sorry.
Focusing on this question feels like when you have something you're trying to remember and it's on the tip of
Stop reminding me of that feeling. I have that 24/7. I hate it.
Paimon's brain is exhausted. Oh, smart idea. But what are you going to ask it?
Are we going to ask it why two fucking foreign idiots are currently standing in the middle of the main pathway into the city?
You too? Well, glad it's not just Paimon.
A thought occurs. Is this a Child King scenario?
Uh-oh. Paimon's getting all teary-eyed all of a sudden. It feels like the people of Sumeru really miss
Is this a Child King scenario? Wherein, after losing the Archon, the newest Archon was found in quotation marks, and then the people who found them are now running the city kind of like a shadow government, with the new Archon as kind of a figurehead, but they have to keep the information about the new Archon as limited as possible so as not to expose themselves. Okay, take your time, Jade.
Huh. Could it be because we're Outlanders and we've only just arrived in Sumeru? You know, maybe we're not qualified to receive an answer to this sort of question or something. Well, seems no matter which way we try, we can't find anything that'll lead us to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Guess our only choice now is to try meeting with the researcher that Tainari recommended. He's from Sumeru and even has a position in the academia. Maybe he'll be able to access more info from the Akasha.
Like, I know I keep going off of, like, basic storytelling tropes,
Let's see. Taina?
but it's all I got to go by, so I have to ask. I made so many wishes. Hooray! Oh boy, I'll take all of these.
Let's head over and have a look. Hopefully he's at home. Hello, are you Rohawi?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Great. You see, Tainari sent us here and...
What? Tainari? Please, there's no need to say anything, really. Sure, I admit that the article I published last month wasn't my best work, and maybe the data didn't produce the most convincing results, but...
Here, this is a letter from Tainari.
Oh, Let me see.
I'm now more curious about what he put in an article.
Ooh, what a relief. You two nearly scared the life out of me. So you two just have some questions for me? Seems even Tainari acknowledges my innate ability for procuring information. So, what is it you two would like to know?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You mean you want to meet the Dendro Archon herself? This isn't exactly my area of expertise, but let me see what I can find in the Akasha. Sorry, the Akasha didn't respond to my query.
Okay. Quite literally, the Child King scenario is becoming more and more blatantly obvious to me.
Be able to access more info than we did.
Well, as I said, this isn't my area of expertise. I am but a lowly researcher, so the Akasha doesn't see a need for me to know more about the Dendro Archon.
Okay, now I'm definitely not okay with this thing.
Ever since Lesser Lord Kusanali returned to Sumeru, she's never left the Sanctuary of Surasthana or made a public appearance.
Huh. Didn't expect her to be such a mysterious figure.
The Dendro Archon is somewhat of a recluse. Perhaps she just doesn't want to entertain visitors, which would explain the lack of information in the Akasha.
Aw, but then what can we do?
No need to worry just yet. I'm only hypothesizing here. You could certainly try asking around and see if anyone else has ideas. And besides, you two should consider the bright side of things. Not being able to see Lesser Lord Kusanali may not be a bad thing. In this world, there will always be information you cannot obtain from the Akasha, and things you can never accomplish. Knowing when to yield is a form of wisdom. Take me, for example. It's a miracle if my brain cells can spit out one paper every 3 years. But Tainari? That guy can publish 3 papers in just a single year.
Okay. Thanks for your advice.
Okay, seriously here.
Don't mention it. If you two ever want information about things like who's been promoted within the academia or relations between the 6 great sages, come find me. Hey, come on. This is a survival skill at the academia.
So this is reinforcing my thought process of the Child King, especially with that statement about how the Akasha can choose how much information it gives its people. Which means it's some form of sentient AI at the very... Well, it's some form of AI at the very least. If I remember correctly, it is made by...
Like who? Oh, you're right! Catherine! The Adventurers Guild has its own intel network. Let's hurry and find her.
I'm sorry, was that guy behind us looking... Okay, he's supposed to be there. Sorry, didn't mean to run into you. Excuse me. But, like... If I'm remembering the lore correctly, because I kind of zone out every now and again, the person that made the Akasha is the old Dendro Archon, or was it something they kind of worked on and then somebody made it? No, I think it had to be the old Dendro Archon.
The Adventurers Guild is always ready to serve you. With what do you require assistance?
We want to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. Do you know a way we can do that?
You two wish to meet with Sumeru's Archon. Understood. Please wait. I apologize, but I am unable to call up any relevant information in the Akasha. I'm also unable to locate any pertinent information in my personal
What the
memory.
fuck is Catherine?
Aw, another dead end. Well, if Catherine can't help us, then we really don't know anyone else to ask now.
Please do not worry. I may know of someone who can help you two. In Sumeru, the Adventurers Guild does not serve as the vanguard of information. Rather, there are numerous active mercenary groups collectively known as...
Are we gonna meet Dia?
They take on various contracts and work all across Sumeru.
I'm gonna be happy
so
we
they
meet Dia.
naturally accrue intelligence. an Eremite brigade called the Corps of 30 is in charge of Sumeru City's defenses. Not only are they the oldest brigade, but they are responsible for managing and coordinating the affairs of all other mercenary brigades.
Corps of 30? What a weird name.
Supposedly, they are named as such because their ranks numbered 30 at their inception. Asfand, an advisor with the Corps of 30, maintains good relations with the Adventurers Guild. Though he's already retired, he and his words carry great weight within mercenary circles. If you'd like to get in contact with him...
So, based on the information I have,
I wish you two the best of luck.
Sumeru is
We
the
look
city of
forward to
wisdom,
your exploits in Sumeru.
country of wisdom. And they have an AI of sorts. It's kind of like an AI. I wouldn't say it's exactly like an AI. That has the ability to give people the ability to look at each individual, like, bit of information that it has gathered. How it gathers the information, I have yet to fully figure that out. I'm assuming it gathers information based on what everybody else sees and hears and learns and all that stuff. Like, it kind of is like a learning AI in which it takes the information that, oh, I suddenly learn what the color blue is, then if I have that AI connected to me, the AI learns what the color blue is too. Like, that kind of thing. Like, it learns what I learn, is what I'm assuming. With this information involved, I've noticed that some of the information is not... Which way am I going? I need to go this way. I could teleport over there, but I need to learn the layout of the city, otherwise I'm going to get lost. A lot. I've already broken my rule. Anyways. Oh, I go here? Yes. But, so the AI has the ability to learn a lot of things, and it gives the citizens the ability to learn stuff.
The Adventurers Guild told me to expect you to.
It's nice to meet you, Asfand. We'd like to ask you about something.
Asfand? However, this supposed AI thing picks and chooses what information you can gather from it,
It's true.
which is already a red flag.
Is vast, but even I can't help you meet the Dendro Archon.
Wait, seriously? That's it?
Afraid so. The Eremites aren't terribly religious, so we don't know much about divinities. As far as the Akasha goes, we can access even less than you. We originally came from the desert. The gods there died off long ago. Since those days, we've used our own two hands.
Like right there, that statement. We have access to
We don't
access to
thank
less than you
gods for
do.
their aid. It isn't just us, though. If you ask
That's
me, I
that's
think
going to a
most of us
library,
know.
giving them your ID and saying, "Oh, you're within your 30s. You only have access to this much information."
Just take the Academia, for example. They're the ones who truly rule Sumeru. Although they believe in gods, most of them only care for
Okay, this is basically just admitting it right there.
Gudavada. In their eyes, she was the one who founded Sumeru and gifted us with the Akasha. Lesser Lord Kusanali just happened to inherit her
That
wealth.
right there basically just
Because of the
confirms what I was
Academia's
saying.
Influence, most citizens are more familiar with Greater Lord Rukadavada and hold her in greater esteem. Not to mention that Lesser Lord Kusanali never makes an appearance, and the Academia never announces anything about her. As far as the people of Sumeru are concerned, she's just a god that exists.
I mean, at least I don't have to kind of figure it out.
After hearing all of that, Paimon sort of feels bad for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
But who knows? We're all just guessing when it comes down to it. Besides, I'm sure the God of Wisdom doesn't worry about her reputation among people like us.
Alright, well, thanks for the info, Asfand.
I'm inclined to agree with him.
No problem.
always happy to help out the adventurers.
I mean, at this point, I need to break in and just see it for myself.
Seems Osfund was right about most people's attitudes here. Not only are they not interested in the Dendro Archon, they even say stuff like, if the Akasha doesn't
No. No, you don't have that thought process in a country like this. That is not wisdom, that is blind obedience.
The harder we try, the more helpless everything seems. Isn't there at least one person in this entire city who cares about Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you two are interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Huh? Who are you?
From the sound of it, you two are Outlanders who recently arrived here. You've been asking around for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Dunyarzad, one of Lesser Lord Kusanali's...
These names are weird.
Whoa, really? Then do you know how we can meet with her?
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. But your conversation earlier did happen to remind me of a legend about the Dendro Archon. Sure, it goes like this. Long, long ago, there was a man who heard a prophecy. It predicted that a great calamity was about to befall him. Panicked by what he heard, the man sought out the Dendro Archon in hopes that she would bless him with the wisdom to help him escape his predicament. The man journeyed across deserts and through rainforests and experienced tribulations of every kind. However, he still couldn't find any trace of the Dendro Archon. In despair, he thought, alas, the Archon has abandoned me. He then had no choice but to sorrowfully resign to his fate.
Okay, and then what happened?
He died.
And then, the calamity came. But to his own surprise, the man felt somehow emboldened by the trials of his journey. By relying on his own strength, he managed to overcome the adversity. At that moment, a bird perched upon his shoulder. This bird was, in fact, an avatar of the Dendro Archon. She said, "O Archon Seeker, do you now understand? She and her wisdom have long been found by you. Along your journey, we were in every flower and blade of grass, every ray of sparkling sun, and every breath of dancing wind. So long as you continue to think and ponder, we'll be wherever you go."
Thanks for the story. Paimon feels all warm and fuzzy.
I have so many... Well, I don't have so many theories. I have one theory.
In a way, it seems like this story is also one of the Dendro Archon's avatars.
Dunyarzad, since you worship Lesser Lord Kusanali, can you tell us anything else about her?
Of course. So did you two know that, I'm terribly sorry, but it seems something's come up now. Let's chat another day.
Hey, wait! What the heck just happened? It looks like they're searching for someone. Dunyarzad was acting super nervous just now. You think they're looking for her?
Shadow government reinforcing.
Finally managed to find a lead about Lesser Lord Kusanali. We can't let them get in the way now. Let's see if we can get rid of them. Then we can catch.
Hey, have you two seen a brown-haired girl wearing a purple top and a long blue dress? We're looking for her.
Did she have bandages wrapped around her wrists?
Yes, that's her. Did you see which direction she went?
Yeah, she went that way.
Quick, after her.
That should keep him busy.
This is just reinforce. Paimon, didn't you send them? No, you sent them that way. There you are.
There you are, Dunyarzad. We thought you might have been long gone by now.
Oh, it's you two. Oh, you startled me there.
You can relax now. We threw those people looking for you off the trail.
Really? Thank you so much. Unfortunately, I believe there's still more of them out there looking for me. Uh-oh. Looks like there are some coming this way.
Huh? More of them? Then what are we standing here for? Run!
No, wait, my body isn't in the best shape. It's difficult for me to run. Okay, sounds good. There's a tavern on the other side of the port we can go to. They probably wouldn't expect me to hide in a place like that.
Alright, let's move out. Stay behind us. We'll keep an eye out for anyone looking for you.
Can I just go there? Auroron is a tall motherfucker. Auroron's tall. Okay, but no, seriously. So, like, the last country we were in, it was blatant government abuse of its citizens. I wouldn't even consider it. Can I even consider that abuse? I mean, kind of. Kind of. And this one, it's more of a shadow government. Working in the shadows, silencing all who dare speak out against our previous Lord and Savior.
Wait, stand down, Dia.
Hey, it's Dia. Hi, Dia.
My lady, who are these two?
They're travelers that I met on the street just a moment ago. They happened to notice that you were all searching for me, so they helped me hide.
I see. In that case, you two should scram. There's nothing here for you.
So wait, she's with the people that were trying to find her?
Who the heck are you? And why are you shooing us away?
Okay, now I'm very confused.
Dunyarzad's bodyguard, here to see that she returns home safe and sound. My lady, let's get going. You've been gone for so long that your parents are worrying themselves sick.
And if I refuse to go with you?
It'd be easier for the both of us if you cooperated. But if you insist on not going, then I'll have to carry you like a sack of potatoes.
I misunderstood.
Hey! Dunyarzad already said she doesn't want to go back. Why are you still pushing her?
Stay out of this. You don't understand the situation. Sorry, my lady. Even though I'm your bodyguard, your parents are my employers. I have to answer to them.
How much?
Wait, what?
Tia, you're not that stupid.
Do I have to pay you to become your employer? So you never listen to my parents ever again. Double? A triple? Give me some time and I'll get that much.
My lady, this isn't about Mora. I don't know what you think of us Eremites, but let me say this. I like Mora, but I'll never go against my principles. That's why I'm here looking for you. Sure, it's an order from my employer, but my conscience was also telling me it's the right thing to do. And knowing your health, carelessly running around like this is gonna hurt ya. For the sake of those who love you, don't be stubborn.
No, you're wrong. I'm aware of my limits and I know what I'm doing. Honestly, the only people being stubborn right now are my parents.
Overprotective parents or uncaring parents?
No difference if I'm at home or not. They still won't accept reality. And every time I bring this up, they just change the subject. Dia, you've been living with us a long time already. This should be old news to you. Dia, I know it hasn't been easy for Mother and Father, and I'm grateful for everything they've done for me. But there's someone else in this world I'm also grateful to. Because she saved me. The love I have for her is the same I have for my parents. This is my life and my last chance. So I want to do something meaningful.
Does she have the same thing as Cole?
Are you sure what you're doing now is meaningful?
Yes, I'm sure. At least, it is to me.
Fine. I won't ask you to return home anymore. But let me make something very clear. I'm only doing this because I respect your determination, not because I agree with you.
Thank you, Dia. Sorry for being so rude just now. My nerves were acting up. And I even brought up your payment in such an offensive way.
Don't worry about it, my lady. I did say that I like Mora. Besides, that's our next topic of conversation. Today's little excursion caused such a ruckus that every single bodyguard at the estate was deployed. It wouldn't be easy to hide things from your old man. Since this definitely won't be your last escapade, here's a little tip. You should at least make it look like your room and things are still in order when you leave. Also, you'll need someone to cover you for when you're out and about. So, I'll let you hire me, my lady. This way, everyone wins. As for the pay, let's say half of what your father pays me. We can settle the bill when we return to the estate.
Okay, deal.
I like Dia.
I'm fine, really. I just feel a little tired now that things have calmed down.
My lady, stop trying to look tough. We're already in a tavern, so let's rest up and grab some grub.
I'm sorry for worrying you two. If you don't mind, I'd like for you to join us.
Sure! After you rest up, we want to hear more about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
I have to walk very far to get to the next point.
Ha! Well, if it isn't Dia. Haven't seen you in nearly half a year. Word on the street is that you're a bodyguard for the Homayani family now. Ha! Don't you find that kind of work boring?
Nah, you get used to it. How about a menu over here?
You got it. Huh? Isn't this little Miss Homayani herself? We don't get to serve personages like you very often. We'll be sure to prepare our very best.
Thank you, sir, but there's no need. I don't have a lot of Mora on me, and I really ought to save as much as I can. But please bring these two the best food you have. They're my new friends, so I want to be a good host for them.
Yeah, we're already super grateful for everything you told us about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
How about our charcoal-baked Agelenach cakes? They're our signature snack, and they run cheap. Look, other customers over there are eating.
Why does it feel like everybody who tries to say anything in their native language just is trying to rip their own throat out?
Paimon will pass. Hey, come on! Paimon has personal preferences too, you know. Dunyarzad, we asked a lot of people when we first arrived, and almost nobody was interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali. So, what made you want to follow her?
Well, remember when you asked me if I knew how to meet the Dendro Archon? Even though I don't know how, I think I've actually seen her before.
Huh? Really?
Yes, it was when I was a child. At the time, my illness had kept me bedridden for the better part of a year. I was stuck inside and couldn't make any friends, and my parents did their best to find treatments for me. But even then, the Akasha didn't have any helpful information.
Yeah, especially when it picks and chooses what information you get.
Or dreams. One flare-up was so bad that I was in a semi-conscious state for several days. Then one night, I woke up alone in my room. I was terrified. My body was paralyzed. Even if I cried, there was no sound. At that moment, an ethereal voice spoke in my mind. Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
Dunyarzad, don't be scared. You don't have to cry.
I was right.
Who are you? How do you know my name? How do I explain this? You might not be able to understand, but actually, I know everything about you.
I was right. It's the tiny child.
Of course. I know that you're scared of thunder, that you hate taking medicine every morning, and that you love counting the petals on your mom's skirt. Wow, you really do know everything. Dunyarzad, is there anything you want? Want? Not
Really? I can't go anywhere or do anything.
Huh? But aren't you a child? All children have wishes. Tell me what you want, and maybe I can make it happen.
And can you make my illness go away?
Oh. I'm sorry. But I'm not powerful enough to do that right now.
Then, can you be my friend?
After that, the voice said, "Okay, I'll be your friend." Although my body was suffering during those days, that voice encouraged me and told me many wondrous things. Beyond my window was the flourishing Sumeru.
Okay, so I think I'm right. The
Beyond the
Dendro
city was a
Archon
lush
is that
rainforest. And
little
beyond that was
child
the
that I
wall of
missed out
Samia,
on,
deserts, and all
what,
of Tibet.
3
Until
banners
finally
ago?
made
2
it
banners
through
ago?
that bout of illness, I couldn't hear that voice anymore. I told my mother about it, but she said that I must have been dreaming. But I know that that voice wasn't a figment of my imagination. Before that, I had never heard of Tibet. Yes, for sure. If it weren't for that voice, I would have never grown curious about the outside world, nor would I have learned how to read and enjoy so many books. That voice sparked a desire for wisdom. It had to have been the Dendro Archon. I've been hoping for a chance to repay her kindness. In fact, I was running around today to help prepare the Sub-Zero's festival for her.
What's the Sub-Zero's festival?
It's Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday, which was the day that she was found by the sages. It's actually an old holiday that originally celebrated Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's birthday. When she passed away, the holiday eventually became a celebration of the Lesser Lord's birthday. I heard everyone was overjoyed when they welcomed her back to Sumeru. In those days, the festival was a huge deal. But because of the Academia's influence, people have gradually lost interest in the festival. The Academia actively participates in Sumeru's many holidays dedicated to Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But when it comes to the Sub-Zero's festival, forget any funding. They practically act like it doesn't exist. Maybe they see Lesser Lord Kusanali's birth as confirmation of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's death, so they're reluctant to celebrate it.
Well, then they can get over it.
That's awful.
It is. It's absolutely terrible. Sure, the Greater Lord founded Sumeru, but hasn't Lesser Lord Kusanali been the one quietly protecting us for the past few hundred years?
Just remember that we're still out in public. Don't get too carried away now.
I know that people over by the Grand Bazaar still hold the Sub-Zero's festival to this day, but I hadn't met any of them before, so I was never able to contribute. But recently, I made a friend there who also follows Lesser Lord Kusanali. I gave her my savings because I want her to throw a wonderful festival this year. That's the least I could do for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Hold on, my lady. Does this friend happen to be Nilu, the one who sends flowers to the estate?
Yes, that's her.
I saw her leaving the other day with a nervous look on her face. It seemed like she was hiding something in her arms. Did you give her something?
Yes. Initially, I didn't have much Mora prepared, so I had Nilu sell one of my skirts. I've agreed with Nilu to meet up at the Grand Bazaar today, and see how things are coming along. Dia, would you accompany me?
Sure. That's quite the trip, though. I'll carry you.
No, that would be too much, even for you.
You might as well just accept the lift. If I let you walk, who knows how long it'll take us. And if anything happens to you, then I'd really never hear the end of it from your father.
But of course. Nilu will be thrilled to hear there are more people interested in Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Okay. Still gonna keep theory crafting. So, where's the exit? I couldn't find the door. Alright, so... Academia doesn't like the new Dendro Archon. Basically silences... Not silence. I can't say they silence it, but I'm pretty sure that they silence anything involving her. And go out of their way to make sure that basically nobody supports her. But they seem to be doing it through kind of over sensationalizing the previous Dendro Archon. So with that being said, hello.
Sorry I'm late, Nilu.
Oh, Dunyarzad. It was taking you so
It's
long.
you!
I assumed you got trapped at home, but you made it in the end.
You were in the video.
But if Dia's here, that means you got caught, right?
You can't even form a coherent sentence without somebody jumping down your throat.
She's on our side now.
Not completely.
Oh, and who are these two?
Oh, meet the Traveler and Paimon, my two newest friends. They're visitors who just arrived at Sumeru City and are looking for information on Lesser Lord Kusanali.
So you're followers from another land? Oh, really? Well, that's okay. You're still invited to the Sub-Zero.
Oh, sitars.
By the way, Dunyarzad, we've already started decorating the Grand Bazaar. It looks spectacular, thanks to your generous contribution.
I want to point out that all of this could be solved if the game just let me break and enter.
Have enough Mora?
Probably? But don't sweat it. We've already finished renovating the stage. Come on, I'll show you.
What is your element? I know Dia's is fire, because I have her.
Wow!
Where is your vision?
This place is amazing!
Where's Dia's vision, for that matter?
Bad. Last time I was here, the stairs were full of holes.
The stairs were nothing. A little while ago, we discovered that the tree above the stage had a huge chunk of bark ready to fall off. Mr. Zubair was worried sick.
Where is
We
your...
reported it to the academia many times, but they never sent anyone to deal with it. We didn't want anything bad happening, so we were going to cancel all the stage performances.
Oh, probably because it was the theater asking.
Okay, Dia's is on her hip.
Looks down on performers like us.
Hydro?
They
I can see it on her
probably
back.
think it would be best if
Is
the
that Hydro
theater
or
closed down
Electro?
completely. We can't let
Given her
that happen.
clothing, I want to say
We don't wanna make
Hydro.
everyone involved in the theater go hungry, but then we wouldn't be able to hold the Sub-Zero's festival anymore. Thank the Dendro Archon for Dunyarzad. But the more she gave us, we hired someone to patch up the tree, and we also gave the stage a much-needed makeover. The stage is going to be even prettier when it's festival time. I can't wait for you to see it.
And I can't wait to see you on the stage. You've been practicing so long already. It's almost time for your dream to become reality.
Okay, so Sumeru definitely has a shitty government, a corrupt government.
I'll do my best for the two of us.
Nilu, what are you gonna be doing at the festival?
She'll be dancing the dance of Sub-Zeros, the most important performance.
Like, Inazuma had some pretty corrupt government, but like...
Dunyarzad, have you told him the origin of this holiday?
I only told them about the Greater Lord and Lesser Lord so far.
Okay, then I'll tell you two about how this holiday came to be. According to legend, the Sub-Zero's festival was originally the Goddess of Flowers' birthday celebration for the Greater Lord. A long, long time
Great, there's
ago,
an even bigger one.
on one of Greater Lord Rukadevata's birthdays,
Okay, never mind.
her friends threw her a celebratory banquet. Some of the gods got drunk. One started playing music, and the Greater Lord started singing, so the Goddess of Flowers began to dance. As she danced upon the grass, countless beautiful Parisaras began to bloom wherever she stepped. Those brilliant purple flowers became her dazzling stage. All the gods clamored, "Oh, if only time could stop at this very moment." Of course they did. When people mention the gods, they always think of the Archon War. But Sumeru's gods also had happy times. Although they aren't around anymore, they're preserved in our tradition of dance. This outfit I'm wearing is apparently based on how the Goddess of Flowers looked. Though we're just tiny people compared
Show
to
me
the
what
gods,
your freaking element
we'll do
is.
our best to make sure that the birthday girl feels loved on her special day.
Hydro, okay, we're good.
Nilu, you of all people will
I can
be
accept. I can calm down now.
well wishes to the Dendro Archon. I also noticed that you went the extra mile and scattered Padisaras around the stage.
They symbolize the goddess of flowers, after all. It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went extinct after her death.
Okay, now that sucks.
The Greater Lord brought forth Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers, but she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful purple.
Thinking about the goddess of flowers dance makes me wish I could have seen it. If my stage were anything like that, I'd be thrilled if I had just 2 real Padisaras on the stage. So, Traveler and Paimon, what do you think? Interested in the Sabzeruz festival? Will you two be coming?
All of Lesser Lord Kusanali's followers will be there for her birthday. It'll be a good opportunity for you to learn more about her.
This is going to end poorly, isn't it?
Ooh, Paimon thinks that's a great idea! Hey, come on! There's nothing wrong with
I feel like this is going to end up being a religious persecution thing.
Lord Kusanali's birthday. She'll be happy.
I already view religion as a problem.
So how about we all attend the Sabzeruz festival together?
Dunyarzad, let me show you which stage decorations we've picked out so far. Traveler and Paimon, if that doesn't sound interesting to you, then feel free to explore the area. Everyone at the Grand Bazaar loves Lesser Lord Kusanali, and we're all looking forward to the Sabzeruz festival. In that case, we'll take a look around.
I'm already filled with dread. Farhad. Did you just clip over a basket? Alright, old lady. Talk to me.
Dancing at the Sabzeruz festival. You know, I also danced when I was younger. As a child, I even asked my grandmother why we performed the dance for the Lesser Lord when it was originally done to honor the Greater Lord.
Good question.
My grandmother said that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata is a beloved deity and honored by all. And Lesser Lord Kusanali is too. If the Goddess of Flowers ever knew Lesser Lord Kusanali, then she would certainly have wished to be her friend and hold celebrations for her too.
Why are there...
Sabzeruz festival has been losing its appeal over the years.
I got hair in my mouth.
That is, until a wealthy benefactor stepped in this year and brought the festival back to life. I heard she forked out a lot of mora to make it all happen.
Why are there fallen over poles? Oh, wait, you know what? These might be the normal lampposts, and then they replaced it with these shiny little flowery ones. That makes sense, actually. That's a neat little bit of world building, actually. I like that. Can I pet the dog? Yeah. Well, dog hair in my mouth.
Whoa! What's with your yellow hair? And why do your clothes look so funny? Are you an outlander?
What's wrong with my
Did
clothes?
you know that the Sabzeruz festival is about to happen? There'll be loads of fun things to do at the festival. The best part is when Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, passes out candy to everyone.
Of course, you would think the candy is the best part. I'm talking to Dia last. Farhad. That is not... That is not Farhad. Farhad is not notice board.
Shaping up, and there's a buzz around the festival this year. We're expecting people from all over to come by this year and buy things during the festivities. Don't be fooled into thinking that Sumeru City has the best of everything. Some festival snacks are only offered here in the Grand Bazaar.
Interesting.
And when it comes to musicians, dancers, or singers, the Grand
Hello, Jade.
Bazaar's got the best of the best. Sure,
Jade, are you back fully or just kind of listening in and out?
but what's a festival without song and dance?
Because I have theories, I want to run them by you, but I don't want to distract you from what you're doing. Where's this last person I gotta talk to? Up there. Oh, Junior's are. No, I'll talk to Dio next.
Huh. Revamping the stage for the festival couldn't have been easy, that's for sure. I bet this
I
year's
mainly want to know if you've been listening to what I've been saying.
I don't know much about the Grand Bazaar, but I do know that the residents here have a penchant for song and dance. Two things that the academia doesn't particularly approve of. Oh, and the perfume sold around here is a lot better than what you'll find elsewhere. The fragrances are longer lasting and they're gentler on your skin and... I mean,
You are a girly girl, and I love it.
what I've heard, at least.
I feel like your heels are not good for desert walking, though. Okay, yeah, she is Hydro.
Nilu, your outfit looks amazing. There's also something different about you from when we first met up.
I thought I'd add a little extra pizzazz to my dress for the festival. See?
Wow, did you sew all that yourself?
Uh-huh. Sewing is a fundamental skill for everyone in the theater company because we make all our own costumes. Did you know that Mr. Zubair not only can make costumes, but props too? I've noticed that you can't keep your eyes off this crown. Would you like to try it on?
May I?
Of course. The legends say that the goddess of flowers had beautiful horns on her head, so this crown was made to reflect that.
Oh, wait, so she's not?
Dunyarzad, you look absolutely stunning with it on.
So wait, is Nilu not a dragon woman?
Hey, is that who Paimon thinks it is? It looks like Catherine.
What are you doing from the desk?
Come to think of it, Paimon's only ever seen her behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild. This is the first time we've ever seen her taking a break. Hey, Catherine!
Huh? Oh, hey! It's the traveler.
What is Catherine?
Not shaken.
Whoa, break time Catherine sure sounds a lot less formal than usual. Paimon was still waiting for her to say Ad Astra Abyssosque.
Is Catherine a god?
Sure. Standing behind the counter at the Adventurers Guild doesn't require any complicated functions. But saying and doing the same old things over and over again can get pretty monotonous.
Is she the same as what freaking the Balladeer is?
Day after day. But take you two, for example. You travel across Tevat to enrich your lives and gain new experiences.
Well, we enjoy traveling across Tevat and all that, but we're mainly looking for clues about his sister.
Yes, you should keep searching. Sometimes the answers we're looking for aren't necessarily at our intended destination. Instead, they're found along the way.
What are you, Catherine? I need to know. The biggest mystery in this game isn't what the no-seas are for. It is what the fuck is Catherine?
Anyways, what brings you out here, Catherine?
No, not particularly. I guess you could say that I'm loving the recent atmosphere here. If festivals bring happiness to everyone, then that's where their true value lies. Oh, it looks like it's about time for me to be heading back now.
Alright, we'll see you next time.
I would believe it!
Oh, by the way,
Because technically speaking, in the kit of the Babadook, there's teleportation!
some great friends in Sumeru City thanks to you.
I'm sure you two will get along well with the people here. You've already been blessed by the element of Dendro after all. See you around.
But no, Jade, have you actually been listening to what I've been saying recently, like my theory crafting and stuff like that? I'm curious.
There's something really
If not, I can talk to you later about it.
about Catherine today.
Hey, traveler. Paimon.
Oh, hey, Dia. What's going on?
I've got something to tell ya. My lady knows you're looking for ways to meet Lesser Lord Kusanali, and she's been trying to come up with a way to help you. Well, I have an idea that might help.
Are you serious?
Okay, being a bit scattered is
Not
fine.
necessarily pan out, so don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, Dia is super
I
pretty.
need to take you two somewhere and ask someone some questions. My lady is feeling a little worn out at the moment. Nilu's found a place for her to rest. After I take my lady home, let's meet in front of the Citadel of Regzar.
Okay, so... Oh, I also love that Dia is actually, like, quite femme. Like, she likes makeup and perfume and stuff like that. I love that little, like... Where am I going? Where am I... Where... I'm just gonna teleport. Like, she likes makeup and perfume and stuff. I like that. But she's also a tough badass that will literally kick my ass within 5 seconds. One of my favorite female characters in this game. Anyways, my theory crafting that I've had is that the Academia of Sumeru acts like some form of shadow government and are somehow controlling the Akasha to limit knowledge that people get
Sorry.
as a way of controlling them.
It took some convincing for the master and mistress to believe that Miss Dunyarzad was only sitting in the port for a while because she was in a bad mood. Anyway,
Why wouldn't they believe that?
thanking you. I haven't seen Miss Dunyarzad that happy in a long time. If it wasn't for you two, she probably would have been caught and dragged back much earlier.
You sure sound a whole lot nicer than when we first met, Dia. Who would have thought you had such a soft spot for Dunyarzad?
It's called being a professional. I'm a bodyguard, and I work for whoever's paying.
Well, okay, so, like, that argument doesn't hold water for me. There's a difference between saying it's a tradable asset and hoarding it in a way.
Listen, you two. I don't expect to be working for Miss Dunyarzad very long, but I hope to finish things on a positive note if possible. Let's cut the chit-chat and head into the Citadel. We'll see if the person I know has a way for you two to...
No, see, I do get what you're saying. But it feels different. Like, what's going on in Sumeru feels different than saying it's a tradable commodity.
Oh, hey, Chief.
This doesn't, like...
Dia, what are you doing here?
It feels like they're not holding it as a commodity so much as just
I take it you all know each other
a dragon hoarding gold.
We met this morning after the Adventurers Guild pointed us to Ozfond.
Like, that's what it feels like. It just feels like we have all the knowledge, ergo we're better.
So, where's Ruksha? I thought I'd help these two out by asking about the theft. Anything you can tell him?
Rukshaw's gone over to the Academia. The Grand Sage recently ordered Sumeru City to begin bolstering its defenses, so people from all over have been called back to the city. Since you've already mentioned the theft, I suppose I might as well tell them what we know.
Appreciate it, Chief.
Theft? Sorry, what the heck are you guys talking about?
Just recently, the Academia lost something, and there's a chance the item is connected with the...
Also, here's a question. How are the Fatui involved?
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But if you ask me, the case is more about the Academia than anything else. Let me fill you in. The Academia recently sent a convoy to pick up an important package from Aru village. Word got out, and the convoy was robbed on its way back. The Grand Sage took the whole matter very seriously. Not only did he dispatch the Matra, but also enlisted our help in the search for leads. All we know so far is that whatever was stolen is currently in Port Ormos.
You two have heard of Port Ormos, haven't you? It's the largest commercial port in all of Sumeru. You can travel there by leaving Sumeru City and heading south along the river. The Academia's grip isn't long enough to reach all the way to Port Ormos, so the city's a little more laid back, meaning the population's also a mixed bag. You never know who you'll meet there.
Apparently what was lost has a great
I understand that this is a foreign game made by foreign people. It throws me off when they stop talking physically and the game still talks.
If you're interested,
I just stand there for a good 2 seconds while they just stare at me and blast my mind with their words through telepathy.
academia once you're there.
Are you serious, Chief? All the academia students are in Sumeru City, you know. Why should they pretend to be students in Port Ormos?
If you're also interested, just go there and see what happens.
Count me out. I've got plenty of work to do here for the Homayani family. And take it from me, if you two really do decide to visit Port Ormos, you'd best watch your backs. Let's just say that the Eremites there aren't nearly as friendly as those here in Sumeru City.
I was about to question why that guy has a spear, then I realized there might be training.
Retake Sumeru for King Deshret. Word is that more and more are joining their movement. They're becoming a real headache for Chief.
Pretty much that's what it feels like.
You bet they are. King Deshret's been dead for thousands of years. Now they start spreading rumors of his return.
What enemy am I gonna face?
Not everyone's like you, Chief. Even the desert natives who abandoned their homes in the wilderness still wish to have a...
So, like, first area was...
Well, Traveler, that's about all the information we have for you.
Dragon. Second area was Child. Third area was...
Since we've gathered all we could for the moment in Sumeru City, let's head
Senora?
to Ormos and see what we can find next.
Was the third area Senora?
I was looking forward to seeing you both at the Sub-Zeru's festival, so be sure to get yourselves back here in time for that.
Was Senora the boss, the final boss of the third region? It felt like, with how she died, it felt kind of like, no, not really. Oh yes, it's me, Dia. I have important things to do. See, that I understand. The government being... I said it earlier that the government in Inazuma was more blatant with its corruption and more blatant with its, like, controlling nature, whereas this one, it feels more covert. It feels more dark and evil. And like, oh ho ho ho! You can have this information, but only if we say you can. But it's for your own best interest, of course. Run, puppy, run. The Patasara. Bye. Are you being serious? Ouch. Got it. You were over here. For a little while. Does it regrow? Okay. Do me a favor. Don't do that shit again. At least not without telling me that you need it. That's fine, but still communication is nice.
I call dibs.
What do I do with this? Okay, so this is another one of those things that grows, but I don't have the thing that explodes. I'm getting distracted. So that's why you were down here. Jester? That statement genuinely angers me. Because a certain somebody in my life had that exact same behavior. And it ended up with me getting backstabbed. It's not a rip. Because that backstab also cost me about 80% of the friends that I had made in college. Along with a deteriorating reputation among them. And a lot of hate messages. Am I a giant cat? What? And when I say hate message, I mean death threats. I'm going to drown. Also, a lack of communication also ruined a couple of, also almost ruined a couple of my relationships. My more recent relationships. So, yes, communication is very important to me. Very important to me. And a world will only have 31? That seems kind of stupid. I mean, I do get it. I need to make my way that way. It's right there, I see it. I mean, the Mondstadt mushrooms are kind of the same, actually, aren't they? Those mushrooms that grow on the house over by, Wolfendom. Oh my goodness. So very effective. Also, I'm in a wither area, apparent. Giant robot! And that is all of the map of Sumeru done. So all we have left is Fontaine, really, and yeah, Fontaine. Because I already did a lot of Natlan. I did all, if not most, of Natlan. Oh, wow. That is a lot. Okay, if I can get 30 more between now and... Wait a minute. I'm going the wrong way again. I was trying to go the right way and I went the wrong way. Like, I do get the, each world having a set number of resources, and then you have to... I spooked my dog by talking, apparently. And then you have to gather them, and if you gather all of them within the day, you have to wait for, like, another day or two before they respawn. But still, that's stupid. That's annoying. Bang. Bang. What the hell was that? What the hell kind of bullshit shot was that? What's my timeout? Evil bears its fangs. Random event? Where is it? Why should I care? Okay, goodbye. You won't show me. There's another one. I like the music in this area. I like the music in a lot of these areas. Okay. Weird robotic jellyfish creature. Ow.
Locked up.
Well, I don't know if I was supposed to do this, but apparently I'm doing this. Okay, apparently I was supposed to do this.
Do I get a share?
You actually want this trash?
Chaos gears. Chaos controls. If I can get 20 more. What keys do I have? Leeway Shrine of the Depths. Give me one moment, because I'm gonna give myself one more pull for the day. Alright, give me a Shrine of the Depths I haven't been to. Please and thank you. Okay, I have a location on my game, on my other other window. The problem is, I've activated so much of the map. Is this batch of islands? Yes, it is. Okay, this batch of islands. This batch of islands will get me to, hopefully, find a Shrine of the Depths. That is a giant dinosaur. Okay, so that one I've already activated. There should be another one around here somewhere. Oh no, that's a giant hilitroll. Okay, so... that one's actually the most... that one's actually the closest. Okay, hang on. I need to go this way. Because I only got like 20-ish minutes. I should probably equip the character that needs the healing. So there's this Shrine of the Depths, which I've already done. The next one should be in this direction-ish. Probably up there. Shut up. Shut up, nobody likes you. Go die in an abyss.
Really necessary?
Was that too cruel? Okay, so this next one should be visible from up here. From here... I want... to head directly this way. There it is. I see it. I don't know if I've activated it yet. It doesn't look like I have. I also need to remember that there's a Geoculus here. But I don't know where it is, and I'm not going to fight to find it yet. I just need to remember that I need to explore this area a little bit more. Yeah, that one looks... Is that activated? Yes, it is. Okay, next one is... Oh, no, wait, I'm heading towards that one. How did I completely bypass the one I was actually aiming for? Because I was aiming for one that's supposed to be right here. Yeah. Okay, this warp point. I don't know how I managed that, but I always manage to do that shit. Fatui there. No, treasure hoarders. It should be... It should be visible from here. Why can't I see it? It is legitimately where that thing is. Ah, here it is.
Do I get a share?
You actually want this?
There we go. That gave me enough to get a wish. Alright, last pull. No luck. 64. There's a Geoculus. Oh my goodness, I hate the names. The names are great, but I hate them. Alright, back to Sumeru. I can stop worrying. Warp point. Yeah, I think it is in the tree. I believe you are right, Jester. Problem is, I don't want to waste time climbing the tree. I already wasted time trying to find that damn depth thing. I also need to make sure that for next week, I do as many of the world quests that I need to do as possible. I do need to get that Geoculi, though. So that'll probably be something I do off camera. Because I need... Shut up. I need 23 more Geoculus to get the Leeway statues up to level 9. Which then will get me a free 150, it's for this thing right here. Literally this mission right here. I'll get a free 150. Then I have to do all of this. Which is going to be a pain in my ass. This one especially. This one not so much. I need to start getting gold gear for my characters. But I don't have the power output for it yet. Music in this region is amazing.
Come and have a good look yourself. Traditional spices of the highest quality, made with pride and experience.
You've got a deal. I can't thank you enough for always looking after my business.
Believe me, I'm not making this up. Several Eremite mercenary groups are nearly in open conflict, but does the core of 30 care? And that's
I'm listening to each and every one of them talk, and I do not trust a single one of them.
Talk about hurly-burly, this place is busy. Well, guess that's only to be expected for the largest port in Sumeru. Maybe it's because of what Dia told us earlier, but Paimon can't seem to shake the feeling that there's also danger lurking in these crowds. Ooh. Let's get our bearings so we can start looking for leads.
Leads? Lead sickness? Giant fish?
Is related to the gods. But other than that, we don't have much else to go on. Osfun told us to try posing as academia students while asking around. Paimon checked the Akasha on the way here, and the academia doesn't seem to have any research facilities in Port Ormos. Paimon doesn't get it. Won't we look even more suspicious going around saying we're academia students and asking about the stolen item? Well, given all the people that come through here every day, if there's any information to be found, Paimon bets we could find it in the market. Let's ask around and see what we come up with.
I get the feeling that the reason he told us to do that is because it will make us seem like bigger targets for whoever's interested. Hello, Miss Taylor.
Welcome. How can I help you two?
Give me all your stolen goods.
We would like to ask you a question.
Where are you hiding the stolen item?
Ever come to Port Ormos?
Of course. Especially around this time of year. Students from Sumeru City that are about to graduate often come to Port Ormos to cut loose a little. Many people often talk about how hard it is to get accepted into the academia, let alone graduate. But those who finish their studies and go on to become full-time researchers at the academia have it even harder. Sure, we may not be Sumeru City, but Port Ormos offers beautiful scenery and a stress-free environment. Some even say it's good luck to come to Port Ormos, so students and researchers come flocking here when things get to be too much at the academia.
Oh no.
Those are students from the academia. They've been looking worried and miserable ever since they got here a few days ago.
They're the ones who lost it.
The life of a merchant is better. So long as the Akasha teaches us what we need, then life is good.
How is that wisdom?
Students seem to be discussing something.
Fucking stupid.
Listen in.
We live in the country known for its wisdom. We only need to learn what we're told we need to learn. That's wisdom. Fucking idiots.
It's no good. I've tried asking around, but I haven't been able to learn anything useful. Not to mention that a bunch of scary-looking Eremite mercenaries have been posted along the streets now.
There's been a lot of fighting between the different Eremite factions in Port Ormos. If we choose to move on our own, then it would be wise to steer clear of them. Especially the group that's constantly shouting some stuff about King Deshret and some resurrection. I've even heard that the Citadel of Regzar is starting to get fed up with them. What was that group called again? Ein something or other?
They're called Ein El Akhmar. Today, I heard that the thing we're after might be in their possession at the moment.
Wait, come again?
Don't you see? Many of the Eremites in Port Ormos deal with trading this kind of thing. They're usually pretty wary of outsiders, but not so with students of the academia. It's because the kind of goods that students are looking for aren't the kind of goods that Eremites are after. As long as they know you're a student, then deals can be made. I've heard that Ein El Hakmar likes to set up shop at the Jafar Tavern. Supposedly, if you're
that reasoning was handed to us on a silver fucking platter.
Wait, did you say $500,000? If information alone costs that much, then how could we ever afford to buy what we're looking for?
Now see, that right there makes sense for the realm.
I wouldn't worry too much. Our field of research is very niche. Who else could possibly be after that kind of shady knowledge? I bet it's practically worthless to anyone aside from us.
Well, I guess that makes sense. And the only thing left
You
for
do.
us is to find a way in.
You don't understand how bad that is for you.
Together and pay for the information.
It's useless to everyone except us, so obviously they'll give us a good deal. Yeah, no, they aren't they definitely aren't going to extort you for all the money in your wallet. And then some.
So, what's your plan? Wait, didn't you hear what they just said? Buying information is going to cost us 500,000 mora. Have you lost your mind? Oh, all right.
Also, I think I have 500,000 mora and more.
But if you know what you're doing, then we should give it a shot.
How much mora do I actually have? How would I be able to see how much mora I actually have? I think I have 500,000 mora. I have enough mora to make Rex Lapis jealous. Why am I laughing like Squidward?
This is the place we heard those students talking about. Let's find a seat.
Oh, you've arrived. Please, take a seat.
So, they think that they can go toe-to-toe with the boss?
Huh. Once we reclaim the power of King Deshret, they'll be the first that the boss punishes.
They're nothing to be afraid of. Our main rival now is the Caracal Battalion. They've also amassed a significant amount of Mora this time, so we mustn't underestimate them.
How can the Caracal Battalion compete with the boss when they're nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing opportunists out for a quick Mora?
Yeah, with boss's fervent devotion, he'll be able to use this power to bring our god back this time.
Should you guys be screaming this at the top of your lungs in a public area?
King Deshret. So they're probably the ones we're looking for.
Greater Lord Ruka Devata. That traitor and her followers must not be spared.
The day will come when King Deshret exacts vengeance on Sumeru, and all of them shall be punished.
Yeah, Paimon was wondering what they meant too. We should ask about that if we get the chance later.
Hello? Hello, do you have something I want?
Huh? Who are you? What do you want? A student? Huh. What's a student from Sumeru City doing in Port Ormos?
Get... Are you stupid? Then again, should I really believe the first lady I talked to?
Ah, well, if it's info you want, you've come to the right place. The question is, can you afford it?
Oh,
Here, this is the merchant's address. Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it there. Hmm? Well, what are you waiting for?
Oh, that's right! We heard you mention King Deshret just now. We're actually interested to know more because...
Fine. Since you've already handed over the Mora, I guess I can throw in a little extra info. As you can see, members of Ain al-Ahmar are devout believers of King Deshret.
Okay.
Years ago, King Deshret founded the great desert nation that was our homeland. It was an advanced civilization, far beyond anything you'll see in present-day Sumeru.
I can believe that.
Deshret was the rightful god of wisdom, but he was betrayed by a companion he trusted. She even stripped him of his title, God of Wisdom.
So, you mean the traitor was...
He went mad with power. The God of Wisdom stopped him. She gained the title.
Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, yes. That shameless wretch destroyed King Deshret's civilization, and our ancestors were forced to flee to this land where we were made to suffer the tyranny of our...
Am I going to go to the freaking pyramid slash giant
to cover up the truth of her actions and create the
maelstrom in the middle of the desert?
facade for which she is now known? Ugh, just thinking about it sickens me.
You cannot be more than 30 years old.
No, King Deshret isn't truly dead. The voice of the Oracle has been heard in the desert, prophesying his resurrection.
Then he's dead.
My words, our God shall return. And when that day comes, all followers of the traitor and all the desert dwellers who have forgotten their true God will suffer retribution together. If what I'm saying
Also, you're
makes you
fish-eyed.
shiver with fear, it might not be too late for you to become a believer of King Deshret.
Okay, so like, our God's not dead.
I don't have anything
But
to
we're
say
gonna
to
resurrect him?
about that. I think this conversation has reached its end.
Not just yet. This man is a fraud.
You again? Deranged academia lunatic.
And who is this?
It's me again. I already warned you that if you weren't willing to sit and discuss things with me, I'd take measures to make things uncomfortable for you. Listen to me. That address he gave you is fake. Or at least, you won't find a merchant waiting for you there. This group has been boasting all around that they can provide information on a certain item as a means of luring people into their territory.
I could have killed him.
Once you show up, they keep up the act until they have hard evidence that you want to purchase said item. Then they use that to squeeze you for all the more you're worth.
Hey! Shut it all, Hatham! What are you playing at, trying to ruin our business like this, hmm?
That's not a business, that is a scam.
I told you the other day. I wish to discuss my terms with your boss.
Ha! The boss made it perfectly clear that he won't negotiate with you.
I get the feeling you're gonna die soon.
And in no uncertain terms. But that was then. It does not preclude him from changing his mind in the future.
I'm warning you. Don't push us, or this could get ugly. We don't usually get rough with people from the academia because it just complicates things. For a lunatic like you, though, we might just have to.
Shouldn't that be all the more reason not to fuck with him?
From a verbal exchange to a physical one, I accept. After all, even the Archons used war to negotiate the ownership of Teyvat. If, on the other hand, we can't agree on any means of negotiation at all, then
Oh, I did figure out who the Lesser Lord is.
seeing a little more than the mere falling through of a few business deals. I will jeopardize the Eremite's reputation, which I know you value above all else. I am quite confident that if I began to take such action, your
Yes.
boss would willingly approach me himself. However, I fear that by then, some things will have happened that cannot be undone. Also, a word of advice. I suggest you tell your boss exactly what happened here today. Otherwise, he might blame you for not telling him in the future.
Is that guy Dendro?
What did you say?
Consider this.
That guy's Dendro.
Have I ever failed to follow through on my word in the past?
This guy is really out of his mind.
Then
Okay, then. If you really have a death wish, let's meet a week from today. The pier in front of the Pharos Lighthouse, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, sharp. Don't expect us to hold back.
you call him a lunatic and you want to do this? You're stupid.
Not so fast. First, you return the 500,000 Mora to them.
Please, I beg you, don't provoke them. We can't afford any trouble with this crowd. They haven't even paid for their food yet.
Ah, Mr. Iman. There appears to be fewer staff in the restaurant recently. This wouldn't happen to be because they're all busy spreading the word to the students, would it?
Nope, you're in trouble.
Well...
Someone who chooses to do business with a group like that really can't afford to get so flustered the instant someone confronts them about it. Consider the meal compensation for our silence. I'd say
I like this person.
Whoa, did you see that? He not only got us our Mora back, but sent the Emirites running too.
I don't know if you can call that running. Looks more like they're about to die.
Let's catch up with him and ask some questions.
So, hang on. This one. This way. The Dendro Archon is... Hang on a second. That's an adorable name. The Dendro Archon is my right eye. My left eye is burning. My left eye is burning. My left eye is burning. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. She's a character I tried to pull for recently. Is this a Dendro Archon? Also, isn't this just the Balladeer? But this is the Dendro Archon, isn't it? Oh, for fuck's sake, Jade, just answer my question. Cool. Hey, Jade, what's that little blurb in the right-hand corner say? I told you I figured it out. I just want confirmation. Not really a spoiler if I figured it out, now is it? I just shot somebody with an arrow. Whoops. Hey Finn, you're a bit late.
No need for thanks. My goal was to get to them, and you two gave me just the opportunity I needed. We're even. Oh, I advise you to keep your distance from them. Since they weren't able to make off with your Mora in the end, they might harass you again in the future.
And I will kick their ass if that's the case.
Goodbye.
Hold your horses! We still have something to ask you about! Since you tore through their scam right in front of them, you must know the real story about certain something, no?
Who exactly are you two? And why are you inquiring about that? A student. Right. Look, you should know that those thugs conducting business with you had...
Malvika's pretty good for DPS, according to Jade, who apparently she nukes with things. I've actually seen it. It's terrifying.
Huh? Oh, yeah! He's really strong. Weren't you saying something about a physical exchange? We can help with that.
He doesn't even have a vision. Forget it.
Racist.
Maybe not, but he energy. Otherwise, there's no way we'd go asking for info from from guys like that. Those hot-headed thugs are definitely gonna bring a lot of backup for your next meeting. Even if you don't go alone, you won't regret taking us with you.
All right, I accept. Got a pen and paper? If you're searching for someone who sells that kind of merchandise, I'll give you one of their addresses, and you can try your luck. We'll reconvene at the appointed time by the pier. It doesn't matter if you show up or not.
So, since you were happy to give us this merchant's information, does that mean you can tell us exactly what we're after?
You were willing to part with 500,000 mora for something and you didn't even know what it was?
Nobody would tell us.
Okay. Well, if you truly are as skilled as you claim, then you can beat the answer out of them when they become hostile. Look, if you've been making inquiries, then you have to know something by now. Tell me what you know so far, so I don't waste time repeating information.
We know it's connected to the academia somehow, and that not only do the Eremites deal in it, but some students want to get a hold of it too.
You know almost everything there is to know, but you're unable to compile this information because you've never seen the object before. This is what you've been looking for.
Paimon can't tell what it is.
Paimon?
Some kind of ornament.
Paimon.
This is a knowledge capsule. To put it simply, it's a vessel that can store a fixed quantity of canned knowledge. It's like a miniature Akasha. Anyone who links it to their personal Akasha terminal instantly becomes privy to its contents. Correct. Anyone. Unlike the Akasha, which heavily regulates who can access what information.
Really hate that.
Knowledge capsules confer their contents without any requisites.
Like that.
That's amazing.
It's essentially a convenient and harmless vestibule for knowledge. Unfortunately, it's illegal in Sumeru to privately possess or trade them. They were created as a means for scholars to transfer knowledge gained from Irminsul into the Akasha, and are intended to be destroyed immediately after use. But despite strict regulations, some of these knowledge capsules will always escape destruction.
I think my issue is the opposite. I have too many DPS.
There will always be those in this world who are dissatisfied with life as designed for
Although I'm learning now I have a good bit of support too.
their fate. Over the past century, a wide variety of canned knowledge has been leaked from the academia. Now, in Port Ormos, the valuable ones are a means to mora for the Eremites. Meanwhile, those which the Eremites deem to be useless to them occasionally prove useful to the common citizens and hapless academia students. Well, I think that about sums it up. Ah, so that's your true objective. With our current arrangement, I don't believe I can offer an answer. You're still resolved. Fine. Let's talk somewhere with fewer people.
I'm basically waiting for like 5 minutes because I left a 15-minute buffer. But
Let's continue our conversation.
I need to
here.
upgrade everybody as best I
If
can.
you wish to learn more about the knowledge capsule that the Academia lost, then you must help me with something. I need you to find someone named Dory, a traveling merchant. Unlike the peddlers who hawk inferior knowledge capsules, she often has quality goods in stock. Some say that as long as there is profit to be made, there is nothing she won't dare to sell.
Don't I have her?
She's guarded against people from the Academia because most of her wares don't comply with Academia regulations. I think she blacklisted me. I met with her informant, but it soon became clear that they had no intention of letting me get any further. Become one of Dory's customers and earn her trust.
It's not the cat, is it? No, it can't be the cat.
Collaboration.
Is it the cat?
Why do you want us to meet with her?
Until you complete this task,
Is it the genie chick?
question privileges.
She's Electro, right? Not Cryo?
You two are
Both are the
outlanders
same
who haven't
frickin'
been here
size.
for long, so Dory should view you as safe clients. I'll give you the informant's address and their contact password. Beyond the password, though, I have no way of knowing what other tricks she might have.
Okay, yeah, she's the Jinn lady.
You'll have to improvise.
This is kind of nerve-wracking.
The true challenge begins after
Isn't
you
racking spelled with a W?
She has a keen nose for Mora and a shrewd eye for wares, and she only likes customers who she deems to have good taste. I'll prepare some funds for you. Buy her highest quality wares and earn her approval.
What? We only just saw a knowledge capsule for the first time. We don't know how to tell which ones are good and which ones are bad. Is that something we can learn quickly?
That's true. Have you two heard of elemental sight?
Yes.
Oh? That's a surprise. Guess I'll have to hold you in higher regard. Anyway, that ability should resolve your issue.
I'm going to assume that the things that pop
Here are
up...
2 knowledge capsules. Tell me, can you detect any difference in their quality?
They look the same to Paimon.
Use your elemental sight, you idiots!
Try inspecting them with elemental sight.
Oh, wow. That is bright.
Rumor has it that higher quality knowledge capsules generally appear brighter when viewed through elemental sight. That's because knowledge originates from Irminsul, the root of Dendro power itself. The more powerful the knowledge, the richer it is in Dendro energy. However, some canned knowledge with a high concentration of elemental energy is of little use in contemporary times, so those capsules are of little value. Using elemental sight is merely a stopgap measure, but it should suffice for earning Dory's trust.
That sounds pretty impressive.
Here's a sheet with the informant's location and contact password, and here is the Mora for purchasing canned knowledge. Don't be cheap.
Man, I wish I could buy canned knowledge. I would be so much smarterer.
Just keep it. Oh, and be sure to exercise some caution. There have been Matra present in Port Ormos lately. Your efforts will be for naught if they catch you.
Who the fuck are the Matra?
They belong to the Academia's regulatory body. They also handle cases of illegal canned knowledge transactions. Like I said, the Academia has banned both their trade and possession. The Matra are razor sharp. You're in for nothing good if they lock their sights onto you. If you two want to back out, now's... Okay, then we have a deal. If you succeed in your dealings with Dory, come find me at the Wikela Funduk. We'll have an open discussion then.
That's a fun name. Wikela Funduk. Wittifuk.
Dory's informant is a trader near Old Ormos. Let's follow these instructions and try to get in contact with him.
I need to build Auroron too. I get the feeling if I team Auroron with any Hydro users, which actually I do have some pretty good Hydro users, it'll make him a lot more viable. Anyways, I think this is it for tonight. Tonight, today, tonight, tonight, today, tonight, night, day, 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 night. Nighttime, daytime, nighttime, daytime. Let me get back into my OBS. And actually, first I'm going to do this. Oop.